Thank you. Once again, thank you to Paula and Pivotal for having us. So this is my first talk at a meetup, and I'm going to talk about kicking off gaining confidence in the world of tech events. And I'm going to be talking about how kickboxing helped me to do that. So my name's Nathaniel. If you want to catch me on social media, I'm at ChatterboxCoder. And if you meet me later, you'll know why I'm called ChatterboxCoder. I'm a final year student in computing, and I'm president of Goldsmiths, which is the Goldsmiths Technology Society. So I've organized a couple of tech events, and I'm really passionate about sports, superheroes, and martial arts. And martial arts is a very interesting one. You see me, I like to do that in my spare time. But I'm going to paint to you a picture. So 7 years ago, I walked into a room at Loughborough University, and this room was filled with really intimidating black belts. So black belts are the highest rank you can get as a kickboxer. And they were doing flying spinning kicks and making loud cracks on the pads, and I was really intimidated. I was terrified. What were they going to do to me? I am the beginner, I am the newbie in this space. And eventually, after a while, I began to train, and I became a part of the team. There's me there, it's hard to see me. And I became a part of the team, and it was a really good experience to go from a beginner to not necessarily an expert, but at least someone who was an amateur. And that was not necessarily it. So I went on and I competed, and then 2 years ago, I came to a new room. I walked into a different room. But some things were similar. I walked into a room with really intelligent developers using amazing technology and making awesome creations. It was at a hackathon. And once again, I was terrified. I was the newbie in the room, and I didn't know what to do. Now, once again, I eventually made it onto a team, and now I run tech events with Hacksmiths. However, that experience of being a first-timer, new to it, and growing and learning and being able to run my own tech events taught me a lot. And a lot of the lessons, a lot of times when I was coming across challenges as a tech organizer, I actually had flashbacks to my learning experience as a kickboxer, which is very interesting. Now, one thing, as a tech organizer, I don't step into a ring anymore, but there are some similarities. I used to step into a ring with an opponent. Now I step into a ring with imposter syndrome. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how some of my memories from what I learned in kickboxing have helped me, not necessarily to overcome it, but I'm definitely beating it down a little bit now. So 5 lessons I carried with me from kickboxing. So number 1, you have prepared for this. So every time I'm about to run a tech event, I always get nervous. I always think, oh, I'm not experienced, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I remind myself, when I was kickboxing and I stepped into the ring, I had prepared. My coach wouldn't let me get in the ring unless he knew I had put the hours in, I'd done all the workouts. Now, when you're running tech events, or you're doing another tech related, or you're moving into a new project, you have prepared. Maybe you did a boot camp, maybe you went to university. You are prepared, you have this. Feel confident in yourself. Number 2, trust your team. I had a team of coaches for different things, coaches for striking, coaches for strength and conditioning. And in the tech world, we have teams of developers, with designers. We have teams that help you run your events. Trust your team. They will help you to achieve your goal, whether it's knocking someone out in a ring or running an awesome tech event. You will take some punches. Now, I know a lot of people like to be perfectionists, and in a perfect world, you'd step into a ring, you'd not get touched at all, you'd win the fight without a single scratch, you were just untouchable, a bit like Floyd Mayweather. Unfortunately, most of us are not Floyd Mayweather, and you will take some punches. There may be a time or two when things don't necessarily go your way, when you're running a tech event, or maybe when you're working on a project. But don't worry about it. You can still overcome. Just taking one punch doesn't mean you've lost the fight. Keep on going. You only get better with experience, so give it a try. A lot of times, me especially, the first fight that I ever had was my hardest because I didn't know what to expect. I was worried I was going to go in there and I was just going to be taken out completely. But afterwards, I gained some experience and I felt more confident going into my next one and more confident going into my next one. I'm here getting into the ring for the first time as a speaker, and hopefully I'll be going on to my next one. You only get better with experience. Just give it a try. Now, there's a massive difference actually from kickboxing and running tech events, and it's my favorite difference. Difference is everyone wants you to succeed. At a tech event, at a kickboxing fight, a lot of times half of the crowd are booing and saying and cheering for your opponent, and only 50% of the crowd is actually cheering for you. But the best difference about running tech or being involved in tech is everyone wants you to succeed. Everyone wants your project to be amazing. Your whole audience, they want you to give amazing talks. They want you to run an amazing event. And if you let that guide you, that will give you so much more confidence going in. So, hopefully you get to the end and you get your hand raised, or if it's a tech event, you get to relax after the nerves have all calmed down. Thank you for listening. I know it was really quick, but follow me at Chatterbox Coder. Thank you so much for having me.